Hey, what's up, party people? Welcome to the Writer's Block Party Podcast. We are a podcast about creatives being creative. We come up with a new idea for a movie, TV show, or a product, and you get to tag along for the journey and the process.
You've seen him on the hit show Married with Children and Entourage. This week, we have legendary actor David Faustino.
Welcome to the Writer's Block Party Podcast. I'm your host, R.C. Cepeda. Today we have your co-host, Andrew Gazzillo.
Hello.
And our amazing guest, David Faustino.
Thank you. That was brilliant.
This is a phenomenal week. We're having a great week.
Yes, you guys are. You've had some tremendous guests out here.
We have
You
today.
are our tremendous guest.
Yeah.
We have our tremendous guest.
I'm in good company.
Oh, we are excited.
I'm in good company.
Well, thank you for joining us. We do want to give a good shout out to our sponsor.
I wasn't sure what to expect when I got here, by the way.
No? How's that?
I wasn't sure. I didn't know. I mean, I know you know, and then I saw Tisha was here. I said, okay, I can do this.
We're doing this now.
I mean, even though she was late as fuck. I was
Late as fuck. LAF. Capital hashtag LAF. For sure. But we do want to give a good shout out to our good sponsor, FOMO Bones. FOMO.
Thank you, FOMO Bones.
For the fear of missing out bones. These are anxiety bones for dogs. Do you have a dog? Do you have a dog?
I have 3.
Here, take
I
three.
need a whole.
Give him the bag.
Any chance to drug up my dogs? I mean, I'm down.
They're
for
yours now.
I might eat them myself.
They are anxiety. There
How much
are
anxiety?
Everybody wins.
anxiety bones for dogs.
FOMO bones.
Check it out.
Do you feed them to your dogs? Are they made here in the?
They're made in San Diego.
Okay.
And if you can actually log on to the website and use promo code WBP10 for Writer's Block Party and 10% off.
I'm gonna try them out on my dogs tonight.
You
should.
You should. Yeah, they're for you.
So they're for anxiety.
They're for dog anxiety.
I'm gonna be like, I'm leaving for weeks. Exactly. And then I'm gonna give them this and see what happens.
Bowl of bones.
Their slogan is like, hey, you know when your dog's missing you? Because you know when your dog's missing you.
Always.
Give them these fucking bones.
Man, my dogs would be addicted.
These fucking bones.
I like that catch. I like that. It's a good selling point.
Give them these
Whenever your
fucking
dog's
bones.
missing you, which is gonna be all the time, give them these
Exactly.
bones.
Every day.
So all the
And
time.
use the promo code WBP10 for Writer's Block Party and 10% off. Boom.
Excellent.
All right. David, welcome to the show. Thank you so much.
Thanks for
It's
having me.
amazing having you.
Yeah,
Thank you so
brother.
much.
Yeah.
So, Writer's Block Party, we are creatives being creative, right? So the idea is we'll create a stupid, silly, dumb, fun, funny idea for a movie, TV show, or product, whatever you choose, and then I will give you the ideas, titles to kind of like work off of,
Okay.
and we'll go from there.
Okay.
Are you ready?
I mean, it sounds fairly.
It's a piece of cake.
complicatedly
No,
easy.
it's not
Okay,
complicated
let's
at
do it.
all.
Let's get on
All
it.
right.
Let's get to it.
Movie, TV show, product.
Why don't we just go with let's go with the movie.
Yeah,
Movie, okay.
movies are good. Okay.
I love
all right.
movies. All right.
Everybody likes a movie.
As far as
I just watched the Green Book. Yeah.
Oh, Green Book.
Yeah, that was.
that's great. It's a great one.
Did you enjoy it?
I did.
Did you agree that it was the right winner for the Academy Awards this year, or were you disappointed?
Did he win Best Actor?
That's actually a good question.
Because I
didn't finish
was
it.
confused as to
Yeah.
whether he
Same
won
here.
Best Actor or did the dude from Bohemian Rhapsody win Best Actor?
The guy from Bohemian Rhapsody won.
So
Rami
they
Malek
won
What did
won.
Ali win?
Best Picture?
He won supporting.
supporting,
actor.
okay.
Supporting.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, he was brilliant.
It
They
won.
were both
It
great.
won Best Picture. It won the
That's
top
one,
award
yeah.
this year. It was good. It was a
Okay.
good one.
Okay.
Okay,
Anyway,
so
on to.
we are going to create the new Best Picture
Okay.
tonight. All right. So the ideas are, and again, these are jumping off points, just creative things to go off of. Right.
Okay.
All right. So, so that happened. That's one. Okay.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah.
So that
So
happened.
that happened. That's
Oh man, you sold me on that so
that's
well that I
another
was
one?
like,
Okay, okay.
what happened?
lift off, and then samesies.
Okay, oh boy.
It's my stupidity. It's little stuff, dumb things in my head that I feel we can create things off of.
See, I know nothing about samesies. Does that age me? Is that some like shit the
No,
kids are
it
saying?
can be a thing that we can age other people on.
We can do whatever we want with it. If you want to use that, we can
No.
definitely use that. I don't know. I don't know what it means.
Okay. So you don't.
I don't know.
So that happened.
You're good.
Look at us.
No, you're good. We're great. We're so in it.
So it's so that happened. Lift off, and then samesies. Which one do you feel could be more for what you want to do?
I'm gonna have to go with so that happened.
So that happened.
Yeah.
Great. That's
I
great.
like that.
That's good.
Nothing wrong with
That's good.
that.
Okay.
Let's go with
Sounds
that.
like the easiest way to fashion.
I mean, there's a lot of things that can be made with that. Yeah.
Sounds like a Seinfeld episode.
It
I know that's not what they call those episodes, but that just sounds like.
What do they call them?
Sadly, this right now feels like a better writing session that I have with my writing partners every day.
Yeah.
I'm so happy.
Sadly, we've made more progress in 10 minutes than we make in a 4-hour session.
I'm gonna be honest
Well,
with
that's
you.
the whole point.
Okay, so far, so good.
That's
Okay,
why we're the
good.
writer's block party. We're
Exactly.
We're
It's a
kicking
party
through that
for
wall.
that. Exactly. All right. So that happened. Okay. So, what are you thinking? Again, like the beauty is that we're creating the whole fucking thing, right? So, you said movie.
Yeah.
Okay. So this could be an indie film. This could be a
Well, what does it make you think of?
yeah.
I mean, it could go anywhere from like a slapstick comedy
Okay.
to the whole, so that happened, slap your head in the forehead.
Yeah.
I like
Right.
that.
There's that, or it's the dramatic, holy shit, that happened. So that happened.
Which is great as well.
Like a
you know?
cheesy, like action, like terrorist film. So that happened.
See, I like what your head's
kinda
at
dig that.
because you're getting all the fucking spectrum of like everything.
It would be a horrible name for a film like that, but it would be.
Would it be a horrible name?
Well, wait, maybe that's not the name of the
Yes.
movie, but how about what if that's the last line of the movie?
Ah,
The
okay.
action
would
movie.
be-
And I know this is a very unconventional start because we started at the literal beginning, at the end. But what if we end the movie with a cheesy throwaway line that's just look at the camera and it's like, so that happened. And then out, credits, roll, and now all we had to do is fill in the blank. What happened?
But can the movie be an actual brilliant, like amazing film
Yeah.
up
It
until
could-
the
it could
very
be
end,
whatever
where
we want.
where the
It could be
character
whatever
breaks
we
the
want.
fourth wall and goes.
Yeah.
I would love that.
It's
Fuck yeah.
I think it's a legit, solid movie. A movie that people are like, that's great. Because there are some movies that you think are kind of like a little off the wall for what you consider a great film, but when you watch it, like the tone made sense, everything made sense. It had to happen like that.
Right.
And so I think this is a scenario where we go hard on a legit, like maybe a movie that has action, a spy movie, something, and then somehow at the very end we just get a complete fourth wall break.
So we
So there's
we
that,
need
or
the
you
tone,
go the
tone.
old, or you go more like cliche. What it would sound like was a comedy, so that happened. What is it? What happened last night? What was the old?
Dude, where's my car? Kind
No,
of.
I
Yeah,
got you,
something
but
like
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
It could be that.
Okay.
It could be that.
What do you got?
What do you think?
I think more of.
I'm stealing a cookie.
You
Dude,
please.
they're all
I keep
the
eyeballing
cookies
that.
are there
There's
to be
Cookies,
had.
nuts, and
You guys want
beef
cookies?
jerky.
You guys want cookies?
Yeah.
I feel that so that happened. I think I'm leaning more towards the non-comedy, to be honest, where there's still a comedic relief there, but it's also like, shit. So that happened, and not. So that happened. More like, oh, so that happened, and that emphasis. But again, it's not up to me.
Well,
It's up to us.
look at the success of a movie like True Lies. All right, that was both a good, fun action movie that you can take seriously, and then at the same time, it was completely tongue in
Funny as
cheek,
shit.
purposely over the top.
Right.
But it just works.
Right.
So I don't know. I see a film like that, and I think of this, and I go, "We can James Cameron this."
Or the funny is just in the ironic, like horrific, like stupid title of it in itself. So it
Yeah.
is this heavy, really well done drama with this horrific, just stupid name. So
And that's true. Yeah, and then it's got like this. That's basically a comedy, but it's a serious overtone. Right. We make people believe this is like you have to take this seriously, but the humor is because it's maybe so serious.
Okay, so right now I see we're going with a drama.
Yeah.
So that happens. So what's the next question then? What's
Is the characters.
characters?
So who's a part like?
Do we want to figure out a sort of a story first before we pick characters?
Or it could be about all this, like, it could be about one of the all of the kind of drama that's going around the celebrity world about people saying the wrong shit, and we could take any one of the like slip ups of one of these actors. Say, I'm just throwing a name out there.
Sure.
Kevin Spacey.
Oh, okay.
And he's like, so that happened, and you follow.
That's
I don't know.
That's something there.
Something
Yeah.
they
Okay,
had
so
no
it's
idea
topical.
was coming, and
So
but you
shows-
dramatize it. You dramatize
Okay.
it with maybe not Kevin Spacey, but an actor and yeah.
So the subject is that where it's like, this happened, and then they say, oh, so that happened. So is it more? So that's
This guy's life's
dramatic
going on
in
one
a sense.
trajectory.
Yeah.
He's a celebrity. He's an actor. He's a whatever, a sports player, whatever it is. Everything's well. Boom, some shit happens that he said, however long ago. Drops, comes out. So that happened. I don't know. I'm just running with it here.
It is very topical as far as like people that's happening right now.
Yeah.
It is,
By the way, that was for that went back to comedy though. Just so you know, that was not really supposed to be a drama.
We can let's make it comedy. Let's make it comedy.
That was
It can happen
I
anyway.
jumped back to comedy for that.
No, that's fine. I think that works.
We can make it work. Again, the beauty is this whole thing that we're doing now, like why you're here, is just creating something, whether it's stupid, silly, or dumb, or possible, just creating it.
And the billboard is him, this famous actor, standing there with his pockets turned inside out and just looking at going. So that happened.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good billboard. That's good marketing right there.
I almost like it if it almost is. It's not a colorful photo, but maybe almost a black and white, like almost hard painted black. They're in white, and it's almost a silhouette of them with his pockets out.
Right.
And it's almost sort of like super indie film looking, but it's not. It shouldn't be an indie film. It should have a $1 billion budget.
Oh, absolutely, no question.
But realistically, I see what's happened. I think
And
that's
the
good.
reviews will say, so that happened.
So that happened. It writes itself.
And that would be the review.
I love it. Honestly,
I
that's
like that
great.
a lot.
It could either go either way. If it's good, they'll say it. If it's bad, they'll still say it.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. I love it.
Okay, so characters. Let's think of characters.
All right. So who's your lead? What is their profession and who are they?
I recently saw this movie. I can't think of the name. I'm sorry, internet, that I can't think of the name, but it was
Or it could be it could be a documentary
a docu-reality.
on my life and my career, and we change it to, so what happened? No?
I wish there was a drummer who could have just. That was beautiful.
So what the fuck happened? I don't know.
So it went from so that happened to so what happened.
That's fine.
That's actually funny.
If you want to write that movie,
yeah.
let's do it.
Netflix is doing a lot.
I'm gonna be
I think I
honest.
should be able to sell that one.
I just saw The Dirt.
Yeah. By the way, my friend Neil Strauss was the one who wrote the original.
The movie, the book.
He wrote the book.
The book's
Strauss, yeah.
phenomenal.
Yeah.
The movie I loved I
Just
wanted to
fell
learn
apart.
it. It felt a little Lifetime movie. And I was like, oh, this was
Lifetime
so
movie?
fun. It's about Motley Crue and about like,
Oh,
it was
that
so,
one, yeah.
I was actually, and I'm not even a big Motley Crue, but I was like, I'm really excited. I want to watch this. And I watched it all last night. I finished it and I was like, oh, okay, all right. I was like, it took a weird, the movie's tone takes a weird turn and it's no longer, it's like, oh.
Just to deviate from what we're talking about just for a second,
Yeah.
is that Neil Strauss, that writer. Are you familiar with the writer Neil Strauss? He's a great writer. He's written so many books, including The Dirt, and then he wrote Jenna Jameson's life story. He wrote Dave Navarro's book.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
He became most famous for writing the book The Game, which was the secret society of pickup artists.
Yeah.
And so he wrote The Game,
Oh,
which
okay.
shot, and he's a good dude. He's a friend of mine. But so that movie's based on that.
That's awesome because the book's great because all of the band was involved with the book. It's from them and they have a fun, interesting storytelling of it.
Yeah.
And not that this is a review of this movie, but what I'm getting at is I feel like if that's something that could be made and be sold and marketed and could be I think this is just as good. I think we could kill it. We could crush it out of the park.
The so what happened?
I didn't really
is
like
actually
Motley
pretty
Crue
good.
then, so I don't like Motley
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm not even talking about Motley Crue. I'm just saying the concept of I see like a lot of these like interesting biographies happening nowadays. I think people are getting lazy with the story when there could be really a phenomenal story there, and you could really tell it. Like, look at how great Bohemian Rhapsody just did. Yeah. You know, and even the big hardcore fans were never going to be happy with it.
I know. I liked a lot of that film, though, I thought.
Oh, I thought it was great. It's a phenomenal movie.
I didn't think it was, like, the perfect movie.
There's a few parts that, like, weren't as amazing as it could be, but...
It was like
as a whole, it was good.
Yeah.
As a whole, it was good.
A couple Hollywood moments that I didn't expect to be in there that was like, whoa. They kind of like, they Hollywooded up for a minute, but then it was a really good film. And Brian Singer is my neighbor, 2 doors up, so nice. I'm saying this with full knowledge of him TPing my house. I'm a giant fan of Brian, so like huge fan.
So what happened?
Yes. So what happened?
Damn it! Sorry, guys, we got off topic.
So, what characters?
Are we actually going? So what happened?
I think so. What happened is great. Like it's a thing. Like I think it's doable.
Let's keep it fictional.
Yeah,
I got you. I like it. All right.
Okay. I don't know. Here, let's so run. I'm gonna you start. I'm gonna run with you. What do you got for us?
So what happened? I mean, again, I'm so easygoing that like I am okay with whatever that we create. I feel that it can go with that route that you're saying, where it's, you know, either an actor or a musician or a creative person, to where, like, you know, years ago that they were that, and then this is where, so what happened? Mm-hmm. Or it could also be like a indie film sense, to where like it's someone that like for myself, like I have all these songs I've never released, I have all these things I've never done, never did anything with. So for myself, I asked myself, like, what happened?
All right.
So that's another take that I'm going with that. You know,
I kind of dig it. Yeah. I almost have something for you on that.
Go with it.
What if it's a story?
Usually the answer to so what happened is usually drugs and alcohol. That's usually. I'm just kidding. When you look at people's like career, you're like, what happened? Drugs and alcohol.
Yeah, 100%.
Usually, what fucks everything up.
No.
Absolutely. Well, but I think that's something we can roll with. Is like I like almost the idea of somebody who we see their life, but we see that chunk of their life where they leave to like go make something of themselves, to be an artist, whether it be a musician or an actor or writer or director, doesn't matter. We'll figure that out. But they go to be an artist somewhere, let's say LA, New York, wherever they think they need to go, and then it's their life trying to make that happen, right. And it's them kind of figuring out what happened. Yeah. Because I think we all do it. I think everybody's been there before. I think everybody can relate to a situation where you're like, oh, you know, why did it take me 5 years to accomplish this one task? Or why was I successful at the beginning and not at the end? You go, what happened? What happened? I think we can find a good character study, almost like a nice fun story, but it's also realistic to people's lives.
Taking it back to Married with Children, you could actually do it about the guy who played the first neighbor, Steve. You know how there were the two neighbors?
Yeah.
But like for the most run for the last 8 years, it was the Jefferson character played by Ted McGinley, and Steve was such a, you know, he was a great actor. The guy played Steve, David Garrison.
Yeah.
And he left the show in the 3rd season just because he, you know, thought that he was going to have like opportunity,
career,
especially from leaving this kind of show that just became this big hit, and you could follow him around and say, this is where you started. So what happened?
And this is what happened. I like that.
Him to New York and where he went and all that stuff. I don't know, just a thought.
No, I like that. I think we should put a pin in what we're creating.
Okay.
And let's talk about you. Let's.
Okay. So this is the interview part of the night.
The interview part. Yeah.
Sorry, our movie just went to shit.
No.
We always take a
documentary.
The back of my head is thinking already
about
of
David
that.
Garrison.
I mean, we are.
I love David.
We're all interested in hearing about you and like what, you know. Let's talk about you.
Okay, well, that's easy.
Married with children, like, you know, starving, all these things. Like, you know, let's talk about you.
Let's see. Talk about me. Oh, I mean, in a nutshell, I've been doing this like whole game since I was literally 3 months old. Like that's
3 months.
That's what. Yeah, wow. I was born and raised out here, so I started, you know, getting into the whole thing when I was 3 months old, and started working and did, you know, shows, Family Ties and Love Boat and Fantasy Island and all those kind of shows even before Married with Children. And then, you know, I got Married with Children when I was 12, and then had that 11-year run, which was just tremendous, and working with Ed O'Neill, and who was like one of the greatest guys, and Christina and that whole family, and meeting people like Tisha and people over at Fox that I got to see all the the upfront sales and the parties and the events, and just it was a fun time, wasn't it? It was a lot of fun time. And that whole experience was tremendous, including, as I was mentioning earlier, Ron Levitt, who created the show, kind of the real Al Bundy, loosely, great, funny, one of the funniest guy I've ever met in my life. So that experience is tremendous. Finished that. Right now, where I've like, thank God, where I make my money, and what's been so great to me is voiceover. I've carved out a really great voiceover career over the last 20 years.
The Legend of Korra, right?
Legend of Korra, which was amazing to be involved in. It was already a successful.
Yeah. It stems from the Avatar. I watched every episode of that. The cartoon is fucking amazing.
Oh, dude, the following they
fucking
have
amazing.
Insane.
And Korra was a great fucking character. The sister,
character.
Like, I fucking loved her. Yeah.
The anime, the everything about that show, from the writing, and here it is on Nickelodeon, and you're dealing with spiritual issues that are like really, really, really deep.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
I mean, I can't wait for my daughter, to get about another year or two older. Not so she can learn lessons, just so she can hear my voice.
Nice.
That's
and
cool.
then, just like, doing How to Train Your Dragon on Netflix and on and on and on. And so voiceover has been great, so I'm really grateful for that.
That's awesome.
And then just writing, man. I write a lot. Writing with my partners, trying to, make that big sell.
Yeah.
Well, Starving was one thing we sold to Sony, which was great. We did 12 episodes of that. Awesome. I think we were a little too hot for even... Too hot. If you're too hot for Crackle, you got a fucked up mind. You really do. They were like, "Yo, we're ripping these episodes."
Oh man!
And they did. They ripped the episodes because they were pretty. So, but that was a lot of fun to do, and DJing, man, and doing my radio show. I do on Dash,
the music and stuff like that.
I do shamelessly plug. I do a show every Thursday night on Dash Radio.
We'll plug it right here.
Oh yes, plug it right. That's right. Dash Radio, which of course is. The app Dash Radio, it's free.
Old Scratch Live.
Old Scratch Radio. Every Thursday night from 9 to 11 here on the West Coast, and over there at 11 to 1.
11 to 1, yeah.
No one's really listening on the East Coast. They're asleep by then.
The city never sleeps.
And DJing, man. I started DJing in the last year, and I'm really having fun with that.
Why?
Why now?
No. As a musician, which I consider myself, because I have a guitar. I do also. I don't really go into it. And
once you buy that guitar, you're a musician.
I'm jealous. I'm jealous that you're actually like pursuing with your music, because I've been trying to do it for 10 years and I haven't done it. So like what? I'm curious. Like what just
practice
brought you into like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna fucking like start doing this.
Vigorous discipline of practice is the only way, because I learned early on that DJing was a skill that. You DJs catch a lot of shit for, they're knob turners and button pushers and all that, which, but any DJ who's watching this knows that that's like the furthest thing from reality. It's one of the most difficult instruments, and I'll call it an instrument because I believe that's really what it is.
It's a whole set. There's a lot of knobs. There's a lot of things. Like
I thought I was gonna be out DJing parties within the first 6 months. And that was like a pipe dream, man. So to like really feel, so that's something. Just practice, man. I force myself. I fucking hate practicing sometimes. Hate it. But even if I got in 20 minutes, and a lot of people they get into this all or nothing. Oh, I gotta do an hour. If I'm doing to an hour, well, fuck it, I shouldn't practice, which is like the worst thing you can do. I've learned that, okay, if I can sneak in 20 minutes, I'm gonna sneak in 20 minutes. And because of that, I've started to finally feel confident enough to, spin parties, and I've been doing that. I spun a party up at the Queen Mary, and I did a big 90s party out in Scottsdale, and awesome. I'm starting to now do a 2 month 2 weeks a month on Dash to do my own live.
That's awesome.
Live sets.
That's great.
So that was a real good passion, fun, because I've been into hip hop as most people know since I'm fucking 14, and I love it. And so to finally be able to share my love, I wish I had gotten into it a long time ago.
I had heard earlier today that like you kind of brought that into LA in the sense of like as far as the hip hop sense of bringing.
I won't claim
bringing
LA. I will claim I brought it to West Hollywood.
Hey, there you go.
I did do that.
There you go. That's it. Which is
And
fucking
I did
amazing.
that with Will I Am and Nick Adler and all those
That's
guys.
fucking amazing.
Yeah.
It's fucking awesome.
Who was Will 1X at the time, by the way.
Will 1X.
Will 1X.
That's really rad.
Nice.
Well, that's cool. Do you have any shows coming up? Anything we want to plug for that?
Let's see. So again, my radio show that I'm doing, I have the animated show on. You can still catch Legend of Korra on Nickelodeon and online, and then you can catch Dragons that I do, the DreamWorks Dragon Show, How to Train Your Dragon on Netflix. And that's, I guess, I'm sure there's something else.
Any live shows? Any DJing shows coming up?
DJing shows coming up. Let's see. Do I have something in my? I think I have something on the East Coast coming up that's in the works right now. I don't know, and some local stuff that's around here.
That's great.
I do, yeah.
Well, that's exciting. We'll keep it posted. We'll let
And my
everybody
show
know.
on Dash that I'm DJing. I'm going to announce soon. I'm going to do, like I said, a 2-hour live set every 2 weeks.
rad.
I haven't announced the time, so it'll be coming up. I'm headed out to Europe. So if you guys are you across the world, right? So
Yeah, we actually we have
So
we
if
have
you're in
fans.
France,
We
if you're
have
in
fans in
Toulouse,
Europe.
France,
Yeah.
I'll be down in Toulouse, France for the Comic-Con down there next month, April 12th. So come see me in Toulouse. That'll be dope. And then I'm traveling down in the south of France with my lady, my wife, and my
Amazing.
baby.
That's amazing.
Fucking awesome, dude.
Badass. Yeah.
David, you got
My
it.
wife has a house down there.
Oh,
shit.
well, that sounds nice.
I
I'm
was
married up.
I was there.
I had to. I was like, yo, wait, let me see what's. I'm marrying up.
It's weird when I
You have a house
travel.
in France? Okay, check.
Yes. Up to south of France, I'm in.
Yeah, that's weird. My vacation home is in Kansas City, Missouri. I love you, Mom and Dad.
That's sexy. That is sexy.
Well, so I guess RC.
I think we're
I'm
we're
sorry, I
set.
destroyed your.
No,
I
no,
destroyed
no,
the
no,
theme
no,
to your entire
No.
podcast.
This is literally our segue
Like,
back in when
yeah.
I look at RC.
Exactly.
I go, musician, huh? So what happened?
We should have. So what happened?
Right,
Exactly.
right.
So we should. So should this concept be about a musician, someone that like that? Okay, I'm being a little what's the word of myself. I say I'm a musician, but I haven't done it in fucking 10 years, right? So what happened is what I asked myself.
There you go.
So
Tell us what happened.
I'm getting in myself. I got busy.
Yeah.
And I've been told, oh, my music is good, blah, blah, but I just don't go with that. This could be a great, like, segue or theme into that, like, where it's about someone or people that, like, aren't doing what they
dream.
Their dream, yeah.
Yeah, I kind of like taking it back to the comedy aspect. I have to say, because
Go ahead,
I was trying to do it ironically, but I think it has to be about a musician or a stand-up comedian. You keep it in the funny realm, and somehow this person has like lost everything they were doing their whole life, and they ended up like running maybe in the final hour to stand-up comedy, and it's kind of like ends up becoming the name of his one-man show at some point. So what happened?
I do love.
I don't know.
That's what his
I
show
love
should be called.
going
Now I'm a stand-up comic. And that's it. That's his one-man show. Actually, I like that. We got something there. Okay, actually, that's good. So we got some bones of stuff, and you don't even realize that's happening.
As far
This
as
is
backstory,
great.
though, like, what kind of backstory should we go
This
into?
beef jerky.
Oh, knock
It's
yourself
here,
out.
it's here for you guys. It's here for you.
The last thing you want is to watch me eat nuts on TV.
I
So-
feel like we should. We should let Tisha
throw
have her
balls and nuts.
episode because she'll be able to come up with something way more exciting.
This
and fun
is
than I
going good. This is going good.
This is great. You're
Going good.
wonderful.
This is going
This is
great.
absolutely great. This is literally the process. Like you
yeah,
mentioned,
right.
you're in the writer's room and that you guys don't get a lot done. The reality is that this happens to me all the time. We're usually literally sitting here going, all right, what would be cool? You know what would be really cool? Laser beams. I mean, and it's so dumb.
No, that was me pretending humility so I could get the fuck out. I'm just fucking with you.
Shit. No. But that's the thing. So I think there's like a lot of, I think what we have here now is we have a coming of age story.
Okay.
And that this person is, let's say, a musician. Musicians are fun. We can always have fun. You can have somebody play music who can sing. Great, yada, yada, yada. And then this person is like struggling through, let's pick Nashville. I like Nashville. It's a different part of town.
Great
music town.
Scene is there.
A lot of people move to Nashville, like you moved to LA to be an actor. So here we are. We've got a musician just moved to Nashville. That's where our story starts. I don't care, getting off a bus. Let's be as cliche as fucking possible. And
It should start with him doing a giant rail of coke.
oh my god, that should be his first day.
The first scene is that.
In the Greyhound in the back of the
Oh my god, I got a great opener.
I'm here.
That's great. It starts with that, and it literally cuts to him getting off the bus and somebody going, "Wow, it's my first day in Nashville." Like that's how his first day in Nashville is. And then now Nashville,
He's like, Nashville.
Yeah. Where am I? It's cold here. No, that's funny, but that's actually really funny, and that could be now. It's almost like a comedy, but this is a comedy that actually has some levels of
It's
weird realism.
a comedy
to
with
it.
heart.
It's a comedy with heart.
comedy
That
with
opens
heart.
with a rail of
Comedy
coke.
with heart. Yes.
Sure, whatever. Fuck it. Let's do it.
That's the opening scene again, but then like, at the end, like it could end with like him going back to his kids or going back to his,
He left his fucking kids? How did we get there?
It could be that. I don't know.
It starts with a rail of coke and it ends with his doting.
Father, I will never leave you
I
again.
know you abandoned us for 12 fucking years. Go fuck hookers and do blow, but everything's okay now.
But you're a musician, it's fine.
There is
Excuse my horrific
story
language.
behind that. There is some love behind that. There is. I do feel that like people can relate to that. Like I do personally feel that.
Did this
being
happen to you?
dumb?
Did you leave when you moved here from wherever the south of Texas that you're from? When you moved here, did you like
I
leave
did
a
a
child
rail of coke
in south of
and-
Texas, and then just start your week off with a rail of coke? I mean, it's good for filmmaking, but RC, we have
I'm
to talk.
just saying. I think people can relate
Yeah,
And I
What the
think-
fuck?
because the
Laid
world
my ass.
is a huge world. There's people out there, and who knows?
Like say 1% of 1% of the people in this world can be like, yeah, I've started a week off in Nashville with a rail of coke. By the way, 10 years later, I realized I left a kid wherever the fuck I'm from, Midwest Missouri or whatever. Yeah, it's perfect. Makes perfect. By
It's
the way,
normal, right?
I bought a guitar. Musician.
I
Immediately.
Box our tables, DJ.
Why is he? I'll put him as a DJ.
Final draft, writer.
Right. Okay, for fun, should we get a character? Who's our character here?
Oh, yes.
Let's go into casting. So who for Dreamcast? So we have the whole budget. The whole budget.
I just realized it's beef jerky. I didn't just realize that. What I did realize is it's sodium, and I'm going to wake up puffy in the morning.
Oh,
It's the actor in me telling you I'm going to wake up puffy as fuck. So I'm going to have to sauna first thing in the morning. Just letting you know what I got to do.
Rough life.
So
It's a rough life.
FYI,
Beef jerky at night, sauna in the morning.
FYI, beef jerky at 9 p.m. Sauna in the morning.
Actually, that's actually a really good
Release.
tip because I actually would have never thought to do it in that order
never,
if I
yeah.
ever run into a puffy
I'm like
circumstance.
weird. Like as soon as I eat salt, I'm just like, oh, what's the matter with me?
You know what's funny? I only eat salt.
I don't know if that was a.
No, that's just fat. I was just fat.
It was
But obviously, it is due to a high
played.
Okay.
sodium diet.
Casting.
Okay,
So
sorry.
who can be this like distruggled? Distruggled is that a word?
Distruggled?
Distruggled. I
Well,
said
all right.
distruggled.
Just
Distruggled.
pretend like you said this troubled, so we don't think you're
Okay,
stupid.
so distruggled. This troubled actor slash musician
He's an actor too. Fuck it. Sure.
slash person.
We know he's a person. So he moves to Nashville.
That moves to Nashville.
We have a great opening shot of a rail of coke, walking off a bus, welcoming himself to Nashville. Okay, so
Did we
who's our
already say
actor?
Leaving Las Vegas? Is that kind of?
It's kind of got a Leaving Las Vegas.
Right.
Yeah,
I
actually,
never
it
saw
does.
that movie, so I can't
It's
relate.
Nicolas Cage doing a
Peter-
lot of
I know
rails of
that,
coke.
but I never saw it.
So it's
Booze.
Peter Dinklage is our lead.
Oh my god!
I love Peter Dinklage. He's great.
I'm already excited. That's a great call. Random choice. I love it. Peter fucking Dinklage. Okay, so Peter Dinklage.
Peter Dinklage walks off the bus.
Oh my god, this is brilliant.
Would he do this? Do you think he would do this?
Do you know him?
Peter Dinklage, are you listening?
Real chill, RC.
Can you do this for us, please?
Wow. So okay. So Peter Dinklage struggling musician or new musician moves to Nashville. Apparently later we find out he's left a child at home. He starts his entire trip to Nashville on a bus, which ends with him walking off a bus after doing a rail of coke. Awesome opening scene.
We know he's in a horrible place.
We know it's immediately going to go that direction. And then as he's there, he starts playing music. So what's his obviously besides him failing, we obviously know reasons for failure.
What's his instrument? Did we decide?
Oh, I mean,
The ukulele.
The ukulele.
oh my God,
Ukulele.
just a small guitar. I love it. Tiny guitar.
See where we went there?
That's brilliant.
But
I
it
love
also
it.
sounds
Listen,
beautiful.
you know what? I can
It
say
sounds-
these things because I'm only a little bit taller than Peter. Like just a little.
I'm not that tall either, so it's fine.
I can make these jokes.
I am a monster.
You cannot.
You can.
You can't.
I
You
can't.
don't.
I'm not making jokes. Actually, I am not
You're
joking
a
about it at all.
sizes motherfucker.
I am the sizes. No, I actually love it. I actually absolutely love the choice of casting, and I love it. And not even because of the size or anything. I think Peter Dinklage is a phenomenal
He's a great actor. He's a great
And I
actor,
honestly
yeah.
think that him with the ukulele, first of all, is a beautiful instrument, would be brilliant. Not because it's tiny. I'll give him a real guitar. I don't give a shit. Give him a spaceship if he wants. I'm just saying that a ukulele is a weird choice for anybody to go off and try to be a musician anywhere. That's the reality of it.
He's huge in Maui. I'm huge on Maui.
Oh my God, that's brilliant. So his career started with a really good gig at a bar in Maui, and he immediately was like, you know what sounds good? Fucking Nashville.
Yeah. No, right.
This is going to take me places.
That's good.
Ah, man, this guy just makes bad choices.
Does he have? Is there a female lead like the girl that got away kind of thing? Do we want to give him that?
She should be played by like not Haley Baldwin, but a Haley Baldwin-esque.
Like a young
Just like the tallest
Instagram
most
model.
beautiful, like gorgeous, like just some like tall,
Because if you think about it, like whenever I hear a ukulele, like the first string, I'm like, my if I had panties, they'd fall off. What does that
even mean? No, they don't.
It's a sexy song.
Remind me never to bring a ukulele.
Yeah, Jesus Christ, man.
That's for sure.
No, what I'm saying is that like the ukulele is like it's a sexy sounding guitar to me.
I don't know about that.
It's a beautiful. It's okay, not sexy. It's more beautiful.
It's pretty.
It's a pretty thing.
Around a campfire and shit.
Yeah, for sure. So like, if I was
Not
at a campfire,
not at the forum.
don't invite me to your campfires if you have a ukulele.
The forum. Obviously, that's how it ends. The forum. Ukulele.
Okay, so we're summarize where we're at.
We are with this musician.
No, we're with Peter fucking Dinklage.
Are we opening
Peter
in the back
demands
of the
some
Greyhound
respect.
bus? Is that where we open?
Fuck yeah, with
He's
him
like-
doing a line
he's
on the
just a
fucking
mess,
bus.
right?
Yeah,
He's a mess.
So we see like that horrible turn, and then he gets out of the car, which is beautiful because if he gets out of the bus, that could be his like into like a new life, into like a new thing. So he's just done like 5 rails, fucking.
He's not into a new life. He's high as fuck. That's what's happening.
I have to switch in the name of reality since he's a big star on Maui, right?
He's a big star on Maui.
So because the drug of choice there and because the island is riddled with ice, he should actually be smoking like ice in the
What's the ice?
like whatever that ice shit.
Angel
it's
dust?
Like, it's like when you smoke crystal meth.
Okay.
I don't know
They
that.
call it ice in Hawaii. That's what
Oh
it's
man,
So he should be doing that, just so you know. I just gotta
like
fix
ten
it.
Okay,
drugs.
so
he's doing lines and he's smoking
I'm already picturing like
because Hawaiians will be like, okay, they got that right.
I like where your head's at.
Aloha.
So I'm seeing the camera like the back of the bus, like it's zooming in to the back of the bus, and you see the back of his head, and he's doing something, and you're like, oh, what is he doing? And he's actually
Mashing up.
cutting up the ice.
He's mashing up crystals of ice.
Then like it
man.
zooms in. Oh shit, he's doing that.
Wow, this
And
is
then-
like aggressive
And
beginning.
then like his phone could be ringing, and it's his little girl, calling. So he's like, no.
I'm not gonna get that. He fucking sends her a voicemail. Ah, Jesus, man,
I'm
this is
just
a
trying
dark
to see
movie.
like where we want to take this. Like,
Well, you took it dark.
Sorry, I was going back to the blow. He does the blow. He hates it because he's used to ice, and he's like, the first line is, "You're not in Hawaii anymore." What's the What's the Kansas line? You're not in Kansas.
You're not in Kansas anymore. We're not in Kansas anymore.
Yeah.
We're not, so that's the opening line. Anyway,
We're not Maui anymore.
By
That's
him?
brilliant. Okay, this is the most
we're not
thought
Maui
out
anymore.
intro to a movie.
This is.
And I love
this
it.
should just be a trailer.
I guess we
or
should
an
get to the
intro.
conflict part. Right?
I mean, the conflict. Well, I think
We got
the conflict
the
is the whole
setup.
movie. It's himself.
Right.
The conflict
So-
is literally his life.
So then he ends up going where? He's now in Nashville.
Is he touring? Is he touring like on a
No,
tour?
he's not. He's not touring. I think he's just like Maui's too. I'm too big for Maui now, and instead of going to Hawaii, which might be the most logical choice in this scenario, he's like puddle jumping it straight to Nashville.
Or maybe he got so bad off in Hawaii he decided head to Nashville. But of
Nah,
course
actually,
your
yeah.
demons chase you everywhere you go.
Yeah.
So he's trying to do a geographical, but he gets out of there. His demons still chase him. So
Ooh, so that's the fight. The struggle is that.
Maybe his
Later
music,
on,
but here's a
and-
twist. Just want to throw out just a random ass twist. What if he's only an incredible musician
When
on
he's
all the
high,
drugs?
which is actually really fucking great.
No, I'm just saying. But what if like he that's part of the realization of this?
No, yeah,
is
I
that
know.
his addiction is also his talent, and he has to
That's
choose
really good, actually.
addiction and talent.
yeah, but what kind
or
of
a
message
healthy
is that,
sober
though?
life? What?
Oh, I know I'm worried about a message all of a sudden. No, but what is it you're saying? So what you're saying is that the fear that his talent lies within his drug use. So
Yeah.
he's got to be. I mean,
So that's the struggle. So not only
that's
so every
listen,
time
kids.
so every time
Listen,
he keeps
kids,
coming
you
down,
two
yeah.
get to choose. Do you want drugs, fame, and fortune,
Or
or nothing?
Or nothing.
that's the story, I guess.
Right?
Yeah.
I want to. Can we pan in? Hey, kids. Those are literally the only two options in life.
See, in my world, because growing up in the family I grew up in, which is that's all anybody does, that is the only option.
Yeah?
That or
Well.
there's nothing else.
That's amazing.
But that's the thing.
That's a
the reason
fact
I have
of
no
life.
I have no college education.
Can I tell you a secret? I have one, and it doesn't matter.
That's what I keep hearing.
It doesn't fucking
That's
mean
what I keep
anything.
hearing.
I didn't go to college either. I have neither of those things, of both those things. But I have this.
Look at that face.
Yeah, but you bought a guitar.
And you bought a
guitar.
guitar, so you're.
That's step one in a long process.
Step 2, learn.
Actually, to be honest, we're giving him a hard time. He's a good guitar player. He's a good musician.
I'm sure he is.
But it's funnier.
He's being humble.
It's fun. Yeah, sure. But it's funnier. It's funnier to assume that he bought it and is like, well, done. I mean, he just walks outside. And he's next to Scary Elmo on Hollywood. He's like, guy with a guitar, and it's.
Do you know how many people though they think it's gonna be that
Yeah.
easy and they just give up? And
Oh
it's
yeah,
like-
100%.
I've done it with other shit all the time.
Yeah, I
that's
thought
why
it
with
would be-
this I was like, no fucking way. I'm not quitting. Like, no way.
That's awesome though. But that's smart. See me, I was like, I'll do a podcast.
Right.
I hope it works.
We're trying to make
Here I
it. We're
am
trying to
No,
make it
and
work.
that's awesome. We're having a great time. Well, RC, how we feeling?
I feel great.
Hey man, I'm sorry. What's the resolution, real quick? Did we come up with an ending?
I feel.
He think he
a
chooses
name,
life.
a name,
he chooses.
a title for the film.
I thought it was so what happened.
So that happened.
So that happened. I actually want to stick
Well,
with
that
it.
was the idea.
Nah, fuck
that
it.
started
That's our
it.
title.
Going
Yeah?
back to
Yeah.
Maui. I don't know.
Going back to, it should be called Aloha, the better version of
Let's
Aloha.
get Maui'd.
Let's get Maui.
No,
No, that's too.
There's no female.
On the
aspect.
next time I'm on the show, we'll figure this out. We'll actually get down to business.
Oh, we're gonna have a good
So-
conversation next time on
so
Writers'
this
Block
happened.
Party. So that happened.
So that happened.
So that happened.
Yeah.
So this happened.
So
This happened.
Yeah,
This
this
happened.
was great, man.
I had a great
It's
day.
great.
Thank you for
Hey,
coming
man,
on, by
thank
the
you.
way. This was awesome.
Yeah,
Thank you
you,
so
David.
much.
I think I shamelessly plugged everything. Just follow
Hey.
me at David Faustino across the board on all that shit.
Amazing.
At David Faustino. Isn't it nice to just have one?
It is.
It makes
I'm
life easy.
jealous. I'm
Makes
jealous
life
that
easy.
you
I want to
have-
give you guys a love here.
Oh, yeah, hey.
FOMO Bones for your
FOMO
dogs.
Bones.
You want to chill them out? You got a little CBD, treats for anxiety. Check them out. Am I going to take them, believe
You can take them. You can take the bag.
That was great.
Thank you,
That was
everybody.
awesome, dude.
Take care.